J-Boom 2.0 coming at you right now. Boom! Jason J-Boom Leagard here. 2.0, the next level arises. Why am I talking about the next level here? Well, a lot of you hopefully have been watching these videos over this past year and a half. You've been reading my posts. You've been checking out what I've been doing and what I've been going through on this journey. And this journey began May 2011 when I made the very important choice to click on a Facebook ad called Unstoppable Entrepreneur by Jonathan Budd. I went to that event, and that is where, I guess you could say, the world of J-Boom began. Through that event, through the people I met, especially someone such as Marisa Westerman, who became a life coach for me and has been a huge part of this journey, and of course gaining Jonathan Budd as a mentor to myself and a friend. Since that point, this journey has certainly been eventful. There's been ups, there's been downs, there's been lefts, then there's been rights, there's been like fade forward, fade back, there's been obstacles, there's been challenges, there's been triumphs, there's been success. But along this journey, there's been a lot of inconsistency. There's been a quick burst of success, a quick burst of massive action, and then two more setbacks. And then it's a veer to the right and that's back on track. It's a veer to the left and it's back on track. In all areas, financial, physical, mental, spiritual. And that's why I felt that intro quote from Jeffrey Combs, which I saw on my Facebook feed this morning as I was looking for some way to intro this video and what this journey has meant so far and what I've been going through so far. The universe really works in mysterious ways, as does God, and it was like, hey, let's put that there for this particular video to talk about this next level, J-Boom 2.0. As I was talking about, there's been a lot of inconsistency with my journey over this last year and a half, and I've continued to spend a lot of time, a lot of really inward seeking, a lot of inward searching. Why is it that for the majority of my life, including this last year and a half with this whole new goal, this whole new purpose, that I would still have this up and this down? This back, this forward, this backward. And I definitely have to give a huge testimony for the fact that my life coach, Marisa Westerman, who has really helped me, break out the pickaxe and the shovels necessary to dig very, very deep inside my spirit, inside my mind, to really get to the core of some of the things, some of the blockages that I have had along this journey. And over these last few months, especially within the last month, as I met some obstacles head on, I met some frustrations, some anger issues even within, really it started to really make me dig even deeper. And I went to places in my past that I don't visit that often, and because they are painful, but I started to recognize through this process that if I don't, come to terms with those events, these blockages will never be free. They will never be released, and I've got to go deeper. I've got to go farther. I've got to push myself to a different level of spiritual searching, and I had to take it to a completely new level, and it wasn't easy, but as I was somehow able to revisit this event, and I was able to look at it in a whole different way, to really analyze it rather than be emotionally attached to it. And this is when things really started to shift, and now leading into what I call 2.0, J-Boom 2.0. That's why this next level is even occurring in the first place. So, what is this event in my past that I'm speaking about? And some of you may have heard this story in person from me. You may have seen previous Ustream video I did once about this event. I don't want to get into all the details of that because I'm going to actually be doing a very special video specifically about that event and the deeper meanings, the deeper coincidences that happened during that time of life. But the abbreviated version of that past event I really had to face head on in a whole different way was the fact that myself, my mother, and my younger sister Tracy, we were walking on a sidewalk in our hometown in Minnesota, and I was 3 at the time, Tracy was 1, and by the most freak occurrences of accidents, a gentleman in a car ran into us. I cracked my skull, I had a pin in my arm, broke my hips, broke both legs, had to relearn to walk all over again. My mother was injured in various ways, and unfortunately my sister Tracy did not make it out of surgery. She passed on. And that event has molded me as a man through all these years, and in many different ways, many of them outstanding. But it was recently through this constant digging deeper and deeper and deeper and facing, I guess you could say, those dark corners of some memories, that I took another look at that event and how it was affecting me still today at the age of 41. And the 2 biggest things that hit me, and what was so crazy is many times these moments I'm finding out that will hit you like a ton of bricks come at the most maybe inopportune moments or the most unexpected moments. I was driving in my car, doing some errands, and I was thinking about it. It hit me just kind of out of the blue, and all of a sudden these 2 main issues or revelations struck me, and I pulled over to the side of the road and I just had to be quiet. I had to be quiet with it. And the first revelation was that there was still a sense of guilt, and I hadn't really acknowledged it. I hadn't rectified that part of my past, feeling that why is it that I survived that accident while my sister did not. So I kind of looked at things logically. Well, if I'm still carrying this sort of guilt, how in the world am I going to strive to much higher levels of success if I'm feeling the whole time internally guilty about the fact that I'm even here in the first place? Because one of the details I found out only a few years ago is that I would have died on the sidewalk if not for a highway patrolman who gave me CPR on the concrete. I would not have made it to the hospital. So if I've got that guilt of feeling, why did I step up off that sidewalk, then how am I supposed to achieve all the things that I want to achieve as a motivational speaker, as whether it be in the realm of health, even with my Body by Bite challenge, whether it be finances, time freedom, travel goals, all of these things. How can I strive to that next level if I'm feeling guilty for the fact that I'm even shooting this video? And that one hit really, it hit really hard, and it was unexpected. And then the other one was, I realized why I self-sabotage many times when it comes to these goals. And it had to do, when I looked at it logically, it's like, well, again, if I have a feeling deep inside that I was not meant to be here beyond the age of 3, then I'm feeling I'm running on a very short clock, and that I have nowhere near enough time to get things done because, again, I shouldn't have been here. And when you're coming from goal setting and achievement from the standpoint of I don't have enough time, well, then I would get very excited and very passionate about all my goals, and I would want to do them all at once. I would want to be working on the financial goal, the physical goal, the mental, the spiritual, the friendship, relationship. All these things had to happen 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And what happens when you take on all this massive amount all at once is you break down, you self-sabotage, and you're left wanting. And so that was the other part of this process that really, it hit home so hard as I'm sitting there in my car on the side of the road. But what was really great about it, and this is a testament to being around the right people like Jonathan Budd, like a Marisa Westerman, is by being connected to their energies and from their trainings and from their guidance and their mentorship and their coaching. In that moment, I took both of those very hard lessons and I embraced them fully. And in that moment, I started to yell. And I'm not talking about a little bit of yelling, I'm talking about full-on screaming in that car where I said, "This stops now! Right now! it stops this way of thinking. I refused to let this event define me anymore. It was all those years ago. Take the benefits of the event and allow that story to enhance the journey, to enhance the success. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs, and I was claiming ownership of the pain, of the guilt, of the previous experience. And by claiming that ownership, it gave me power. It gave me the power to say, you know what? You can go forward now. You're free. Because you faced it, you faced the ugliness, you faced the darkness, and you're taking from it the light that can illuminate your own life, and it can illuminate so many others. And I drove on down the road, and that set me into this this next level preparation, I guess you could say, because things didn't get to this level after that event, surprisingly. Something else had to happen. So what was this final piece of the puzzle that finally put it all together and got me to this Sunday afternoon shooting this video? Recently, Jonathan Budd had his second Unstoppable Millionaire event. It was in early November. As you've probably been noticing from my posts, I've been trying to go to a lot more events since that May in 2011, and I've had the great privilege of learning so much and connecting with so many incredibly awesome, heartfelt people. That particular event, due to other obligations, I was not able to attend. And I was okay with that initially. I thought, you know what, I've been to a lot of events, it's no problem, I'm working on my goals, not a big deal. It wasn't until the weekend had passed and I'm seeing the pictures posted from my friends such as Tom the Furry Hat Guy, Jodine Brown, Mike Pagich. I'm seeing these photos and these videos, and I'm seeing that energy again that I experienced in May 2011. I'm seeing these friendships, these business relationships I've developed. I'm seeing this other family of mine, just rocking it out, and just so much joy, so much love, so much sharing. And my heart literally started to ache because I was not there. And initially that aching, it really, really hurt. It hurt very deeply. And then I had a conversation with my incredible life coach, Marisa Westerman, and she talked about how to be free of that ache. Because the thing that I ended up realizing as I spent about a day with that feeling is that I realized that I have so much farther to go. I have so much more I'm capable of. I have so much more to offer people through these videos, through everything that I'm looking to accomplish. I've got so much work ahead of me, and I'm not there yet. And so I took a very initially what was a very negative emotion, a very negative feeling of frustration, of even anger, disappointment, feeling like I was letting down all those other people because I was not there at that event. And I flipped the switch on that. And I said, as I was talking with Marisa, she said, you know, just let the ache go and realize this ache was meant to be there this time. It's completely okay that the ache was happening this time, because what it did for you is it took you to this next level. The level that I'm shooting this type of video today. You've maybe noticed I'm not as wild and crazy with this one. I'm taking it to the next level. I'm still going to have those, don't you worry about it. Plenty of fedora action, plenty of karaoke videos, all these types of things. But there's going to be more of this type of stuff, because I need to connect with people out there. I want them to hear this story. I want them to watch my journey, because I want to set a shining example, not only for all of you out there that are the blue-collar type folks, you're busting your ass, you're trying to get by, the recession is kicking your butt, you've got stresses in your life, you've got burdens that you want uplifted, and you're trying to find a different way to live your life. I want you to watch me, watch this journey. I want you to hear my voice. I want you to see it in my heart. I want you to see it in my eyes. I want you to feel it, because I want to show people, not only for my own journey, because I have so much I feel I need to do while I'm here on this planet. It's not only for all those folks out there like yourselves that are watching this video that maybe this can help you, but it's also for the memory of my sister Tracy. Because if I get to that high level of success, and I'm standing on a stage like a Tony Robbins, and I've got tens of thousands of people waiting to hear what I'm going to say next, I get to tell my story. And part of that story is about my sister Tracy. And I'm going to be able to let her light shine through me, through my journey, through my voice, through my actions. And that is why I'm taking it to the next level. And I'll leave you with this. When I went to No Excuses 3 Summit in Vegas, I got the privilege to go to the VIP party and hang out with some great people. And one of them, of course, one of my mentors, Jonathan Budd. And at that point, I was really struggling. I was kind of torn, going both ways, like feeling like I was trying to work so hard and then not getting things accomplished. And I knew where I wanted to go and I wasn't there yet. And it was just, to be honest, it was pissing me off. And I spent a few moments talking with him. And he just reassured me. He said, you're in the right place. He says, I know where your heart's at. Your heart's always where it's supposed to be. Your energy is always in the right spot. Your heart is so big. He's like, what you need to do is you need to work your ass off like you've never have before in your entire life, and you don't stop, and you're unstoppable. And guess what's going to happen? It'll happen. But make no mistake, you got to work your ass off like you've never done before. And that just, it came back all the way around again. You know, cycling all the way from May 2011, an unstoppable entrepreneur, to missing this latest event. It just came full circle. So that's why I'm here today. That's why I'm shooting this video for you guys. That's why J-Boom 2.0 is the next level. It's arriving today with this first video. I want you to take this video to heart. I want you to take whatever you can from it. If you feel there's someone you can share this with, I want you to share it. I want you to like it. Post it on your Facebook. Post it on your YouTube channel. I want you to get this out, because I'm counting on you guys who are watching my videos and watching this journey to go there with me, because I'm on the right track now. Do you think it's a coincidence I'm shooting this video on a railroad track? No way. Idea came to me this morning when I woke up, because I want to make something fun out of this and want you all to realize I'm on the right track. And I might waver a little bit along the way through different challenges in between the tracks, but the track is going this way, and I want everybody with me who wants to go. So with that, this is Jason J-Boom 2.0 Oligard. The next